Hey, I'm Jonathan Scott, and I figured I'm gonna do something a little different. Instead of me renovating a kitchen, I'm actually gonna cook in it. How about that? And I thought in celebration of Canada Day, July 1st, which for those of you who don't know what Canada Day is, maybe our friends south of the border, you have Independence Day. Canadians are very patriotic, and it is a day to celebrate Canada's past. So we're gonna do that by cooking a recipe by famed actor and Canadian chef, Matty Matheson. He's got an incredible poutine, and that's what we're gonna make.
I love poutine, you love poutine, we all love poutine. Ah!
So here we go. Jumping in, it's actually a lot easier than you would anticipate. And for myself at home, these days I don't do a lot of cooking because Zoe is the most incredible cook. All right, so unlike Matty, we are gonna use frozen fries because I'm trying to think of ways to speed this up, make it super simple for you. You do wanna preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Television magic, we already did that, so it is ready to go. We're one step ahead of the game. Gravy is probably the most important part of the poutine. So you've got your cheese curds. We have the hot dogs. These are veggie dogs. I don't eat hot dogs, but I do love veggie dogs, and it adds a nice flavor and texture to it. So find something organic. They're even better for you than traditional hot dogs. Okay, so for our gravy, we want to make it nice and flavorful. What does that better than butter? So we have 2 tablespoons of butter that we're putting in, and we're gonna heat our pan up to medium. All right, butter is melted. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of flour. We're gonna start to mix all this together. There we go. I've now moved the heat down to low so that we don't burn any of this. All right, so we don't want it to start to burn, so we're gonna get our veggie stock in here pretty quick. We're doing our whole quart. We do want a lot of gravy. This is what adds all the flavor. Seems like a lot of liquid, and I'm questioning myself as to whether this is supposed to be a liter or a quart, but that's almost the same thing, so it should be fine. It should reduce down. We do want to bring this to a boil. I'm gonna put a little more heat under it. And then as it reduces down, it's gonna thicken up, and we'll get it to the consistency that we want. You don't want it to be too runny, but you also don't want it to be too pasty. You guys sent in all kinds of amazing questions, so this is a good opportunity as this is reducing down, as it's thickening up. Let me answer some questions. So, have you ever made poutine before? No, I have not. I mean, in college, we used to make like fries, and then we would put the gravy on and some cheese and stuff. So I guess I kind of have, but not like true poutine. It was more just like fries with gravy, which in reality, poutine is fries with gravy. But you got to get those cheese curds in there. I don't mind awkwardly learning how to do something just for you guys. Oh, I can see it starting to boil. July 1st is Canada Day. Is there a certain way you like to celebrate? How do I celebrate? I do sing the Canadian National Anthem at least once over the holiday. Also, food is a big part of it. And you gotta have some delicious red cupcakes. Come on, guys. One more rapid question. What do you miss about Canada the most? My friends. I don't get to see my friends quite as often. There's this really kind way about Canadians. They care about their neighbor. They care about holding the door open. Like, they're just genuinely kind. And so Canadians, you don't have to think twice about it. Canadians just like being nice. All right, we're gonna add in just a little bit of seasoning now. So we're gonna get a little bit of white pepper. We don't need very much, but boom, just like that. We're also gonna add in just a splash of soy sauce. This is gonna be, again, just to add a little, that's pretty good. Let me mix that all in. All right, so we're gonna put in a big old tablespoon of ketchup. That looks pretty good. We can go a little bit more than that. All right. Should I call Matty right now? I don't have his number. Should I just Instagram him? Like, Matty, better not be steering me wrong on this. Add a little bit more of the poultry seasoning. Fun fact, poultry seasoning is actually vegan. So I think it is a good time for us to put our fries in the oven. The one thing also that's really funny that I like to do is, as I go, I like to clean. And so that is not something that all chefs do. In fact, my mom and Zoe use every dish in the kitchen when they're cooking. But for me, I like to kind of clean as I go. I think it makes things easier at the end, so you spend less time cooking and more time enjoying. Boom. We're still at 450. We're gonna set our timer for, it's 12 minutes, but I'm gonna check on it a little earlier than that. And then let's get our veggie dogs in there. So for our veggie dogs, we're going to cut a bunch of these guys up here. And then every now and then as well, I'm gonna just do a little bit of stirring on the pot just to make sure we don't overcook. Okay. And we're gonna drop these right into the gravy. That. Okay, so that gives us our hot dogs. Now we're gonna put in our peas. Let me see here. So I'm gonna take it off the heat for a minute. And then I'm going to add in our frozen peas. And we're gonna put those guys in. And we're gonna stir it all in. And then with this stirred back in, we'll throw it back on the heat for a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so it's not quite thick enough. A little cornstarch, pre-mixed with a little bit of water, and that'll thicken it up nice. You want it to be thick enough that it's gonna just drip over everything, melt the curds, because right now this is very, very hot, and our fries should be just about, ooh, those look good, golden brown. Will one of Zoe's oven mitts fit me? Yes. Let's take a look. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's nice. You could actually get a little bit more salt on that, shake it around, but I think we're pretty good. So let's do this. Oh yeah. I'm just telling you, this is gonna be so good. Okay. And then, once you get a nice stack, nice and high, then you're gonna go and get your curds. Now, there's no rhyme nor reason to the curds. You just wanna stack them on a little bit here. Get a little bit in here, all around. And then your gravy goes right on top. Get ready for this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna drip that on. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Get it all over. No shortage. That looks amazing. A million different ways to make poutine, but I guarantee you, this is probably gonna be the most flavorful. It's perfect. It literally looks perfect. I just love getting a little bit of everything. So you got some fries, you got the gravy, you got the curds. It does look very hot. That is fantastic. That's so good. My very first time making poutine to this extent, and I'm glad I was able to do it with you guys. Do me a favor, make your own poutine and then post a video. I'm gonna look for it. Tag me. Now, Matty, I know this is nowhere near how well you make them, but consider it a compliment. As my inspiration, this is really delicious. I'd like to re-answer one of my earlier questions. What are one of the things that I miss the most about Canada? The poutine.